Hi, Larry Burns here for Tower Views. As has been the case recently, we're on location. Today we're at the Scott Park campus of our University of Toledo. A lot of great things going on here, a lot of youngsters in the hallway as I walked in. And speaking of youngsters, we're going to talk about those youngsters today with Dr. Romulus Durant, who's the superintendent of Toledo Public Schools, and Dr. Robin Wheatley, who is the principal of the Toledo Early College. So welcome.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of our viewers, which happen to be UT employees, students, alumni, maybe have heard of the early college, but I thought it'd be important to tell them a little bit more about it. So I might start, Robin, with you to talk a little bit about what the early college is.
Toledo Early College High School is an excellent school,
Right.
First and foremost. We serve primarily students who represent one of 4 categories. They qualify for English as a second language, free or reduced lunch, first generation college student, or racial minority. We are not limited to those students, but that is our primary population, and we do quite well with them. We've been an excellent school since our inception, and we opened in 2005.
2005, and the school is actually here on the UT campus.
Which makes it among the unique early college high schools in the state of Ohio. We are the only early college high school out of 16 that is located on a university campus and that has an affiliate with a 4-year university versus a 2-year community college.
Yeah, and that'll be even more apparent and important when I talked a little bit about where the students are going afterwards.
Yes.
And so, congratulations on the levy that was recently passed.
Thank you.
You provided great leadership on that, and the citizens of Toledo responded in a great way, so congratulations.
No, I appreciate it. Again, I'm TPS proud, Toledo Public Schools, and I'm a University of Toledo proud. So, being a native of Toledo,
Right.
and then was fortunate enough to go on to University of Toledo, play football, I'm very invested in the community as well as our local university.
Right, well, you're a rocket for life.
That's right.
As Dr. Wheatley is as well.
Yes.
She went on to Bowling Green for further degree, but that's a good thing too. So
Right.
And so, tell us a little bit about the governing structure of the Toledo Early College.
One of the things that we wanted to just be a community-built governance structure where it wasn't necessarily driven by our own board in regard to what we have a school district to be responsible for, but more importantly, provide those who have an invested interest in this relationship between the local public school sector along with the University of Toledo. And so when you're talking about representative from the university, as well as representative from the district, as well as having parents on staff, as well as even representation of some of the students, but more importantly, just having a representation from a vast variety of the community itself. The principal's involved along with the teacher leader. My cabinet is involved, so I've been at the retreats. Mr. Gauld as well as Mr. Murphy and Mr. Irving, who are my transformational leaders, they've been involved in regard to sitting down in the meetings that are going on a monthly basis. And the main thing is showing that we want to make sure that we're part of this, and things that they come about, we want to continue to allow this to grow, and more importantly, continue to develop this pipeline and career track between our school district and the University of Toledo.
Right, and I know Dr. Tom Brady, I think, is the current chairman, and he's a former dean at the university and a business person. And my colleague John Adams has been involved, and so it's a real partnership with UT, the community, and TPS. So we talked about the early creation of it was 2005, and we talked about how many high schools are in the state, that we're the only one here that's on a 4-year campus. Now, how do you actually recruit students, Robin? How do you get the word out, and how do you get them to come to our Scott Park campus?
One of the first things that we do is that we send a postcard to every student who resides in the Toledo Public Schools district. That student could or could not be one of our students, but he or she would still get the postcard.
Okay.
Some other things that we do is that we rely on our alumni, and we rely on our parents to continuously send their students and additional students to our school, and that's worked out well for us. Right now we have about 80 students who are siblings currently, or have had siblings in our building.
80?
Yes.
That's impressive.
It is.
And what are some of the major, if somebody's watching this and they want to kind of know what the differential experience is for a student who attends this high school versus Wade High School or some other high school?
One of the main things is one, just as Dr. Wheatley had mentioned, is that we're one of many, or one that to be on the college campus itself, is that the kids begin to realize you have to mature pretty quickly in regard to some of the autonomy that you have in regard to being perceived as a college student. And so by them having that exposure, as well as some of the events, they feel in some sense as part of the district as well as part of the university. And that's a unique, concept, where most high school students are within their high school walls, have their peers within those walls, and have endeavored to go on to college. But to be here, you are actually in college. 60 credit hours achieved is 60 credit hours earned, and those students earn every bit of it. And so they really get to sense the rigor in regards to the college atmosphere. At the same time, exposure to student body as well.
So when they graduate from Toledo Early College, they have 60 credit hours of college work.
Yes.
So in essence, that puts them at a end of sophomore year in college.
That is
What
correct.
an advantage that is.
Right. Some of our students actually will have 70 college credits due to a unique partnership that the district has on behalf of Toledo Early College High School with the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences.
All right.
We currently have 4 students who are on a fast track program, and they will graduate with 70 college credits.
Wow, it's the Doogie Howser of the 2013.
Well, the nice benefit is that understanding from a parental standpoint, this is not costing them anything because your child's attending a Toledo public school, but more importantly, taking college coursework to where those are 60 credit hours, 70 credit hours that they could potentially have been paying if they would have been at the local university and not necessarily part of this program.
Right. When I'm bragging about this in the community, one of the questions that people ask me is, so where do the students go? Do they go on to college? And if they do, where do they go to college? And so I thought I'd ask Robin that.
Okay, about 95% of our students will immediately go to the University of Toledo. A few others will not. I want to piggyback a little bit on something Dr. Durant said when he talked about the college credits and a cost savings that we provide to our parents. For example, this semester alone, we have about 205 students in our building, and collectively they've taken 1,660 college credits at a savings to parents of about $640,000. That excludes
So far,
the
that's
cost
just
of
now.
books.
That's
just this semester, and it excludes the cost of books, which we also pay for.
And that's very, very impressive. If you do the math over the years that it's been in existence, that's millions of dollars. So 95% of the students go to UT,
Yes.
which makes me happy, makes Dr. Jacobs very happy, and then the others go to other places and I'm sure have great experiences. And so what are some of the future plans for Toledo Early College that we want to talk about?
In regard to, from my perspective, being superintendent of the district, is one, and part of our transformation plan, we look to identify effective schools and programs and look to, one, either replicate them or duplicate or expand upon those things. So as we identify in regard to early college being one of those, along with another school, TTA, Toledo Technology Academy, those 2 high schools are identified as the top 20% of high schools in the country, which was in U.S. Magazine. And so, one, understanding that we do have a good best practice in working with the university, how do we begin to expand that beyond the secondary in regard to 9 through 12, but bringing it into the middle grade level in regard to 6th through 8th, and potentially developing a K-12 campus that you really have college-driven coursework driven all the way from the kindergarten or preschool level all the way through. And those are things that we would like to sit down and begin to phase in with the relationship that we have with the university.
Excellent. And from everything that I'm reading and we're talking about at the university is not only is this sort of breaking new ground, but the vision of high school and that may fall into more of this vision than what maybe I had back 40 years ago. And so TPS and UT are really sort of leading the way in what education may be in the future. So last question for each of you. What is, Robin, you work here every day.
Yes.
I might ask you, what's your favorite part of being the principal at Toledo Early College?
I enjoy the culture and the climate, and we truly live and breathe our motto, which is a culture of academic excellence and a climate of accomplishment. We operate by that every day. Our teachers operate from that viewpoint every day. We are able to actually interview our teachers thanks to the union involvement from the major unions. We get to pick a lot of our own staff, and therefore we're all on the same page in making sure that our students receive an excellent education.
Right. You know, and just walking in today, because it was lunch hour, to see them, and it's a very diverse group of students, and I think it just is a great way for young people to get acclimated to people who are different than them and maybe different backgrounds, and then there was just so much energy just walking down the hallway.
That is 100% true. We accept students from throughout Northwestern Ohio. We have students represented from all the area schools, Anthony Wayne, Maumee, Sylvania, Washington Local. But even what's more impressive is we have students from Africa, we have students from Asia, we have students from South America. So it's been a really awesome experience for the staff and for the students.
Good. And do we want to grow? I mean, in true numbers?
Oh my gosh, I am under a mandate.
Okay.
And I say I because I'm the principal.
Your boss is sitting right next to you.
I am under a mandate to have 400 students in this building by 2017.
Okay.
And so we're trying to recruit about 125, 135 students per year so that we, go a little bit beyond that.
Right. Well, at UT, in our marketing department, we want to help as much as we can. We've got John Adams helping. He's a great liaison for that, and my colleagues. So whatever we can do to help, you let me know. And
thank you.
so, Dr. Durant, the thing that makes you the proudest when you walk into a room and someone asks you about Toledo Early College, what's the thing that makes you smile the most?
One of the biggest things that I'm proud of is that we provide a choice and opportunity for parents, but more importantly students, where these students actually can acquire and achieve 60 credit hours, which that not only helps start their educational endeavors in college, but also helps to impact the home as well. In regard to understanding that the college debt has surpassed the credit debt, is that provides us a social and community responsibility that we provide this opportunity. But more importantly, we understand we have to provide a variety. Early college is not for everyone, but it is for someone.
Right.
And we make sure that we hit the ground recruiting those individuals and finding and identifying who they are to know that this opportunity is available for them. And that's whether it's in the region or it's just as Dr. Wheatley said, it's outside of this country.
Right.
And so that's the most exciting because the diversity that's what's in it, as well as the high level of achievement. But more importantly, students walking away feeling that they were prepared for college and prepared for career readiness.
And prepared for life.
That's right.
Which is what we're all about in
That's
education. So, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're at UT very proud of both of you.
Thank you.
As UT graduates, and want to work with you for years to come on making this community be a better place for our youth and for all of us.
That's right.
So thank you, and go Rockets.
That's right.
Right, all right.
I'm UT proud as well as TPS proud.
Great.